Hello and a warm welcome to the Dugout. We are just awaiting, once one finalist is done, we are awaiting the second team currently in New Zealand versus South Africa is happening in Lahore. South Africa have started well in their chase of 363.
I'm
And
good. जी आप कैसे हैं?
Looking forward to make history.
they would want to make history. So who will it be? Will it be South Africa? Will it be New Zealand? But who would India want to chase? Who would India want to prefer in the final in Dubai on
घूम
March
के आए
9?
हैं वो.
That is the topic that we are debating at this point in time.
सब
Who
एकदम
will
ठीक है.
India
कहाँ से
most likely want to prefer in the final? New Zealand or
You
India?
get the option to choose.
Haven't India always gotten the option to choose?
India got the option to choose venue and all what they would like at times, but
Only opponents is left anyways.
but opponent also you
happen.
can choose.
That also can
That
happen.
also you play Pakistan every time. In a way you do.
That's not something you have asked for. That is what the
The
organizers
stake-
have.
The stakeholders that represent the entirety of cricket, they decide it. Not the team. The team doesn't decide. They claim that the team doesn't decide, but the stakeholders do, who run the show. So we are joined by Nikhil from Dubai at this point. Hi Nikhil, can you hear us?
I can hear you guys very clearly. I hope you guys can hear me.
Yes, we can. And Nikhil, how is the mood amongst the Indian contingent of journalists and everybody there after India's win versus Australia? Upbeat. There is a sense of inevitability that yes, a third Champions Trophy title is coming for India.
How does it matter how the mood of journalists are? If the mood is down, also India can still win. The mood is high, also India can still lose.
So you'll be debating a lot and all that. There are
No,
problems.
nobody's debating. See, no, nobody's debating. I think everyone kind of accepts that India are the favorites to win this title. They've looked by far the best team. You saw that in the semi-final as well, though I did think it'll be a close encounter and it did pan out like that. But even against Australia, you saw India, the much superior team. It may have been, or it may have looked like a closer game, but then if you take a look at the entire match, I think India had the match in control. May have gone to not to the wire, but towards the close of the second innings. But overall, India has been the much superior team across all games here in Dubai. And interestingly, they've also batted first. They've also chased, mostly chased and batted first in one game. But on all counts, they've looked good. So I think nobody has a doubt that this Indian team is the favorite to win the title. But then that takes me back also to the 2023 50 over. We all assumed that was done, dusted, and the trophy was asked for the taking. And then you know what happened on the 19th. You've gone past that Australian team, but you might now have a tricky New Zealand team, which also has a habit of upsetting the apple cart when it comes to ICC tournaments with India. So I'd say you have one hand on the trophy, but only one hand for you to grab it. You'll have to play some good cricket. But overall, I think India, not just, and I can list a few reasons, not just because they are looking like the best team. Second, and the most obvious one, which sorry, a lot of people have also spoken about, is the fact that they're here in Dubai now, know these conditions much better than any other team. Also, they've been able to put their feet up, have played their first semi-final, and must be enjoying the second semi-final in their hotel rooms, watching it on TV. And the other team, whichever one wins, takes a flight, comes here. So overall, I think India, on all counts, are looking like the favorite. So whether it's the journalists, whether it's the fans that we've been coming across, everyone kind of agrees that it's India's trophy for the taking, and it's going to be a massive day for someone like Rohit Sharma. He's already become the first captain to make it to the finals of all ICC trophies. He's got one trophy in his cabinet. Imagine if he was to win one more, that'll put him in the league of MS Dhoni probably. So it's a big day coming up for the Indian team on Sunday.
Nikhil, looking at the situation, looking at the conditions in Dubai, okay, New Zealand, South Africa is happening in Lahore. Now, we all know that New Zealand are the trickier opponent when you look at it, and South Africa also can cause upsets on their given day. many people were saying that, okay, maybe it could be a repeat of Barbados 2024. Do you see New Zealand that India will be very wary about because they have played in Dubai, they know the conditions? Do you think the real test was not Australia but actually New Zealand in the final, if that is the case?
That's an interesting one, and I'd love to know everyone's thought. Maybe we can go around the room and figure out what everyone thinks. I'll give my 2 bits on this. Just to answer Australia versus New Zealand, tougher task. I'd agree New Zealand because they've looked like the better team. We always knew that. In fact, if you see our programming throughout this Champions Trophy, we did say that India-New Zealand game was probably a dress rehearsal for the final because these are the 2 strongest teams and most likely should make it to the final. So that was a common consensus. So between Australia and New Zealand, of course, the stronger team. And the only reason everyone was fearing Australia because on a given day, they really step up and punch above their weight. And as you saw, they did that in that semi-final. So only because of that. But yeah, man-to-man, New Zealand, the much tougher team. I think the Indian team also realizes that. Now, between South Africa and New Zealand, that's an interesting one. And I know that maybe, we are 4 or 5 of us today. I think the 4 of you in the studio or 3 of you because I can't, see you guys.
4 of us. 4 of us.
Yeah, so four of you there and me 5. Maybe between the 5 we may even go 3-2 or maybe 4-1. I don't know in terms of which is the team that we pick. So I'll get the ball rolling. I think the team that India would be more comfortable playing against would be New Zealand and more confident beating New Zealand for 2 reasons. One, I think because India has beaten New Zealand here, yes, New Zealand got to know the conditions here, so may come prepared. But remember, it's been very different conditions here in Dubai, depending on the pitch that you're playing in. The Pakistan pitch was very different to the New Zealand pitch. New Zealand was very different to the Pakistan, to the Bangladesh pitch. Bangladesh was very different to the one that we saw against Australia. So, and it's because you've used 4 different strips so far in Dubai. Yes, overall, if there was a common theme about the pitches that they are tough to bat on, but some are tougher than the others. So that's at least what we've established. So in that sense, I don't think they'll have that much advantage knowing these conditions. And I think because India have beaten New Zealand already one time in this tournament, they'll go in with that edge. I know final is a different ball game and you look at it differently, but I think it'll play on their mind. New Zealand under more pressure, having lost to India once in this tournament. India a bit more confident, having beaten New Zealand and convincingly at that. So in that sense, I think they'd be happier facing New Zealand. And the second reason why I think New Zealand could be the easier opponent is because, South Africa overall as an ODI team has been outstanding. Overall as a white ball team. And I think that they have many more weapons in their team to maybe upset this Indian team. I'll take you back to that T20 World Cup in Barbados. Many will agree that it was more so South Africa losing than India winning. They shot themselves in the foot.
Yeah.
I know that they have a reputation of choking on big occasions, but will they do it twice in a row if they were to meet India in the final? I don't think so. So I feel South Africa could be more dangerous than New Zealand. That's my opinion, and I know maybe some of you might pick New Zealand as more dangerous than South Africa. But truth be told, where you sit right now, 362. I know that pitches in Pakistan are flat. 350 has been chased there. Pakistan did it before the Champions Trophy started. Then you had a match in which Australia chased it down versus England. So I know it's been done, but 262 in a ICC Trophy semi-final will be a different ball game. So I think we could debate, we could pick our team, but most likely it's going to be New Zealand that ends up there in Dubai.
So the voting by the end of it is going to be 3-2, but in favor of South Africa, because just during the pre-match, mid-match show as well, we had the same conversation and it was 2-2 in favor of both the teams. So it was a draw. So just your vote just strongens the case of me and Harshit sir, because both of us also feel that it would be South Africa who would be a tougher opponent for the Indian team. And the reason for that being that firstly, at some point law of averages will catch up like it did with India after losing in the knockout stages for quite a long time. They did break that jinx against South Africa a couple of months back only. But now this time I don't feel that's going to be the case, because like you said, 2 times in a row, it's very tough for that to happen. But more than that, I feel that the depth in batting that they have in their team and their ability to play spin is better than the New Zealand team, and also they have a good variety of spinners in their team, and all the batters in the middle order, be it Klaasen, be it Miller, or be it anybody from up top as well, everybody plays spin much better and can actually attack this Indian spinners as well. And we saw that during the 24 T20 World Cup as well, and the conditions not like that in Dubai, but yeah, somewhat you can say that the wicket is sort of a slow turner.
So, I think when during the previous live that we did of this mid-match of New Zealand versus South Africa, I did not really pick a team between New Zealand and South Africa, because when asked this question, I said that for me, I don't think, India, they don't even care who they actually face in the final. But if I have to pick one now, I think I'm going to pick South Africa only, primarily because of one reason, because I don't think that South Africa can play spin well, something that has been the case in the past few years also, whenever they have
Sorry,
faced
you're
off.
picking South Africa as what? I'm getting it. So South Africa picking as what? The tougher opponent? Or
No,
the easier opponent?
India would want to face South Africa in the final.
Who wouldn't India want to face? That's what we were picking.
Who wouldn't?
Yeah.
New Zealand, obviously. Yeah, New Zealand. I don't think India would want to face New Zealand in the final. I think if we talk about that India versus New Zealand group stage game for that matter, at one stage it did look like that New Zealand would run away with the game. But then I think the way Varun Chakravarti bowled, it did make sure that, India ended the group stage unbeaten. And obviously that selection of going in with 4 spinners did turn out to be a masterstroke. Having said that, I think New Zealand are a team who learn from their mistakes very quickly. In case of South Africa, we have generally seen that they struggle against the spinners. I think I'll take the most recent example, the 2023 ODI World Cup game between India and South Africa. They just crumbled against the likes of Ravindra Jadeja and the other spinners. So the team that India would want to face is South Africa. Definitely they wouldn't want to face is New Zealand.
My 2 cents on this, well, the one team India would want to face is South Africa, not New Zealand, because I feel between the 2 teams, New Zealand far more wily than South Africa, especially in the bowling department. Also to do with the history as well. While you could argue that India has beaten New Zealand in the last couple of meetings, and I'm counting the group stage match and the T20 and the semi-final of the ODI World Cup in 2023. Yes, India got the better of New Zealand, but I think I've been hurt by New Zealand in knockouts far more. I'm going back to the 2021 the 2023 WTC and the 2021 WTC, and I am going back to the 2019 World Cup exit as well. So I believe that New Zealand do have the wherewithal to trouble you. The other day as well, if it wasn't for maybe a Kane Williamson stepping out and getting outfoxed by an Akshar Patel, who knows what the outcome of the match could have been. Daryl Mitchell scored 100 against you both the times that you played New Zealand in the ODI World Cup. You were run close by New Zealand. So I just feel that you could have a psychological edge above South Africa, but perhaps not New Zealand. So I would want that psychological edge. So don't give me New Zealand, give me South Africa. They carry this reputation of being chokers. They carry this scar of whatever happened on the 29th of June last year as well. So all of that, and it was the same team that inflicted those wounds on South Africa, because that match, as we all agree upon, was there for South Africa's taking. So give me South Africa, don't give me New Zealand.
But plus to all of your comments, I think you are the only guy who said like India would want to face South Africa, right? Not New
Wouldn't
Zealand.
want to face.
Wouldn't want to face.
Yeah. You were saying India wouldn't want to face?
Face same New Zealand. I mean, they are a street smart.
So Nikhil,
What was Shashwat saying? It's 3-2. What was Shashwat saying?
So it's 3-2, but so it's 3-2 with you and Shashwat believing that it's India that India would prefer
but he
playing.
had said you were 2-2.
A bit of a muck-up over there.
2-2. You were 3-1.
No. Harshit
You are 3-1.
Harshit sir picked that India wouldn't want to play New Zealand in the final. No, would want to
But
play.
yeah,
That's what I'm
Harshit
saying.
sir is sitting there, na.
You see, the problem is Gulati did nota.
Shashwat has got me confused. He has
Because
done.
the voting has suddenly changed after the mid show in the 20
You're
minutes.
saying Harshit has done a Sidvi. He's changed.
No, I haven't. Shashwat, I think, is
You haven't
mixing
done
a
a
couple
Sidney.
of things. Yeah. No, I haven't. No, I haven't. Especially, and I won't do that in 15 minutes time for sure.
No, Gulati sir now is saying he didn't pick a team. That's why.
I did not. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I did. Yeah,
did-
Gulati.
So did not. Then how could it have been 2-all?
No,
It
but
could have been
Gulati sir
2-1.
said that India would want to
No,
play.
actually, Shashwat was under the
Shashwat-
impression that I had picked the team.
Yeah. See, the election commissioner
No,
got
but
it wrong.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He
I,
forced
I
them.
was about to
my
say there
only
was some.
suggestion is Shashwat is speak for yourself. Let everyone speak for them. No, so then we'll get it. I don't tell him, he picked this, he picked that.
Yeah. The ballot counting went wrong.
Yes.
Ah,
Paper ballots went wrong.
okay.
in this
He had
case.
me all confused. Now I'm sorted. Now I know what everyone's picked.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, New Zealand are a street smart operating team. They always punch above their weight. Yes, they have lost the last 3 ICC encounters when you have to look at it. They lost 2 games in the ICC 2023 ODI World Cup. They have lost the Champions Trophy game to India as well. Okay, so you have not beaten them since 2021. New Zealand. They have not beaten India since 2021. However, how many times have we faced the same opponent twice in the Champions Trophy? You faced Pakistan in 2017, it was 1-1. Very rare in such a short tournament to win 2 games against the same opponent. There is a precedence in that case. It's not happened. I don't know which other team has faced the same opponent twice. I can't recollect from the top of my head in the same thing. India, Sri Lanka, yes, there was an instance when one hand was on the trophy because the other team had another hand in that because of the rain. So New Zealand will be a tougher opponent. They know the conditions in Dubai also. Yes, it will be different conditions in the final. It will be a fresh pitch. It may be sluggish. It could be a flat deck. We don't know.
Also, as I was saying, and I forgot making this point, that New Zealand, while they might have lost the first match against India, the group stage match, but they know what to expect in Dubai. That was also the first time that we saw an Indian team field 4 spinners, including the 2 all-rounders.
Correct.
So they know, and that has pretty much been the trend now in Dubai. And I'm somewhere deep inside, I'm expecting the trend to continue in the final as well.
Yeah.
So for that reason, and because now South Africa will have to do a complete shift. And that could be asking for a lot. So I'm just saying, man to man, or if you have to compare the 2 units, New Zealand will know what to do. South Africa might just find it hard because for the last couple of weeks they've played on absolute highways.
No, but the South African team have also called in, I don't remember.
George Linde.
George Linde as a travelling substitute. So somebody will sort of get injured by the time they reach Dubai and then they can field him back.
On karo sir.
How can
Basically what happened with
Somebody
Australia.
can get injured, I'm saying.
But Short,
we saw that with Australia
Short,
also.
Matt get injured.
Can, I said can.
But Matt
can.
Shaw did pick up the injury, na?
Yeah.
No, but you called in a travelling reserve suddenly when you know you're going to go to Dubai.
But actually,
Now, then that
Travelling
means till
reserve
now-
was called because there was a chance that
Of Aiden Markram.
let me
Yeah,
finish.
yeah, yeah.
Aiden
Aiden
Markram, there was a chance that he would not play.
again, New Zealand have only themselves.
No, but
to
that's
blame.
fine. People have been playing around with the rules it's okay.
See, actually in the Dubai League game, New Zealand froze against spin and it was Kane Williamson. Today, the Williamson that you saw, I'm wondering whether that was a twin brother playing in Dubai.
Right, आपके पास है आगे.
Why do you say that?
Because
Sunny
this
भाई के लगा
Williamson
था.
was so innovative that Williamson just
लगा के
froze.
आते हैं.
He just couldn't tackle the spinners that were there.
Yeah.
That's why a strike rate of 67 compared to the strike rate today, 180 degrees.
Today he was far more effective, far more innovative, I would
Yes.
say, because we saw a wide array of shots from Kane Williamson. So that's what I'm saying. I just feel that this New Zealand side does have the wherewithal. They know what to do. And today it was actually menacing in a way or two. The way that they were sweeping the ball around, they were hitting all those ramps and all as well.
Which I hope they do it in that case also, but I don't think.
Sir,
it's
Mike
gonna happen.
Mike is there with you.
So, I would. So it's 3-1 in all our thing that we don't want New Zealand in the final.
So it's 3-2 eventually, right?
Yeah, 3-2. Yeah.
So Nikhil and Shashwat on the
yes.
same side.
And we 3 have picked that we would want South
South
Africa,
Africa
in
to
the
be
final, not New Zealand.
Yes.
Yep. So it is going to be a really big thing. But looking at the way how it is, the asking rate is close to 8 in
Is this something, Nikhil, if you're still with us, is this something you managed to touch upon with Sunny ji?
What? Touch upon what?
Who the opponent India would like to face or not face?
No, not today. Not today. No, I didn't. But you know what? In all of this, I think it could all be a moot point who they want to face or not. Because in a few hours, we'll know who they have to face. Looks like New Zealand at the moment. As I said, 360 plus. Yes, South Africa can chase it, but semi-final, I'd say 70-30 in a team that's already put 360 on the board.
Temba is also not showing intent. He's also struggling. That's why the asking rate is mounting with every single.
You
over
can't be
that-
10 of 24 in a chase of 362.
Okay, and you're criticizing Babar Azam in a chase of
Any
321.
team, any team that comes here, whichever team comes here, needs to come with one thing in mind, and that is not to crib about India is in one place, they're only playing in one city, they're staying there, so they have the advantage. Because when you come with that attitude, then you're not gonna win. I like the fact that Bracewell, when they came here,
Yes.
unlike a lot of other teams, Australia was also very upset about having to travel here. England and former players have already made it very clear, very unfair. All of them are talking about it. Bracewell, when he came here for the New Zealand game, said it doesn't matter. We only want to concentrate on the game. Doesn't matter whether India is here. We have traveled. Doesn't matter. Any team that comes with that attitude, they will stand a better chance of.
Although, Nikhil,
the
I
give
think
and take.
Steve
Any
Smith
team
also
that comes
said-
here, cribbing about that. This is it. This is not what we're going to win. I think they're going to be in trouble. I know you're talking about Steve Smith later saying it.
Yeah.
That it doesn't matter. But I
Yeah,
think
he
it after
said
the
that he
game.
doesn't know if this is an advantage.
No, but that is something that he said on record. I know, no, because we went for the practice session. Most of them are cribbing. They were very upset about the fact that to what you say on camera and what you really feel, there's a big difference. Most Australian players were very upset. The only thing that gave them a bit of relief that they got a chance to play golf here. They're very happy about that because in Pakistan they had a lot of securities. They couldn't go and play golf. So they're happy that they're here. They can play a bit of golf. That was the only thing that had them excited. Otherwise, no, not so much. Okay, I'm going to take your leave. I have to do my second dual job of a camera person. See you.
See
All
you.
right, see you.
See you, see you. Bye-bye. Yeah. Well, New Zealand, a gentleman
Bye-bye.
team. Whatever they are dished out with, they happily take it. That's why I sometimes wish nice guys shouldn't finish last. New Zealand are the ultimate nice guys when you look at cricket. You looked at it look at 2019. Any nation cannot have haters based on what happened in 2019. The speech by Kane Williamson should be a statesman act. Yeah, we lost by one run. It's a tough luck. But I hope it never happens again. Look at it. He's not cribbing. New Zealand don't crib. Australia crib. England crib. England are the ultimate cribbers when you have to look at it in cricket. Or in any sport for that matter.
Perpetual.
Football included. Football included. Look at
Football's another level already.
how they turned on their own players after Euro 2021 final.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
But whatever anybody says, but at the end of the day, we all know that somewhat, I'm not saying that is it right or wrong, but there is advantage in that sense.
See, it's a debate we've had, and just to circle around it again, I do feel you can't deny that there is a certain advantage. You can talk in what sense it is, and I think there is more than one advantage to it. But I cannot be on that side of the fence where people think that this is no advantage at all. Yes, it's not that India asked for any advantage. It's just the playing conditions. It is part of the playing conditions. But you can't deny that.
I have two sides to the story, which I've been telling everybody. Playing in one venue is not an advantage. Because in the original agreement also, India was slated to play in only one venue.
Lahore.
Yes.
But Siddharth, even then, you put any team, you give any team that comfort, it's not an even playing ground the moment that you do that.
Okay. But that is...
That is for the ICC to sort out. Yes, it's not on it's not on Gambhir, it's not on Rohit, it's not on Kohli, it's not on the Indian team in any way. But if I'm to just sit back, you tell a neutral this is how cricket's played, they'll laugh at the spot.
Yeah.
I understand why that arrangement was made because of the broader ramifications. India-Pakistan tensions.
If you can't figure out your revenue model because of India and Pakistan having political tensions, that actually tells you how power works in cricket and where the sport, and maybe for these reasons, the sport hasn't expanded and become as global as That's a football is.
Yeah.
If there are teams here, you very conveniently say India, Pakistan have to be put into the same group because greater revenue. Can you two put South American teams? Can you put a France and a Brazil in the same side, or a Spain and a France in the same group because you want to shore up the
Although
revenue?
in the past, Germany, Spain, Spain,
But you
France,
can't come up with these preconditions.
Yeah, you can't.
You go with seedings, you go with the draw. That's how sport works.
So that is one side. But the second side of it, which is a definite advantage, is the so-called convenient fracas that the ICC have created in the schedule. One day turnaround.
That's bad. And South Africa have every right, by the way, because they were the team that came on Sunday and then went the following day.
No, same night.
Same night.
Same night.
After knowing the result, so very, very unfair on them.
First, they finished their game on first.
On Saturday, that was, I
And
think.
that too night.
Yes.
You came on second.
That
Yes.
too you were late.
You are late. And you had to return back on the second.
Yes, that's not done.
That
Second night they took the flight around 4:30 a.m.
Yes.
is the time when New Zealand and South Africa took that flight.
It is this scheduling fracas that has given lot of ammunition to the people who say India have an advantage. That's true. Your broadcasters have totally messed up the schedule.
And you understand how the sport is sort of strangulated in many ways. You wanted it to happen on a Sunday, the final. You wanted the tournament to start on a weekend as well. It started on a Saturday, I remember.
No, Friday, right? February
Or a
19th.
Friday. So you wanted one of those 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So you picked one.
India's game happened on a weekend.
Now there hasn't been any break. The only break you will be seeing
No,
will
I
be
think
now.
the tournament started on a Saturday because India's game was on a Sunday, na?
Or was it on a
Yeah,
Saturday?
29th, 30th. Yeah,
February 19th. 20th was Bangladesh.
19th, 20th. Huh.
Or
Whatever.
wait, 23rd was a Sunday, na?
Yeah, 23rd was a Sunday. 20th was a Thursday.
23rd was a
23rd Sunday, 20th Thursday.
It was Friday. It was Thursday.
It was Thursday.
That's
yeah.
what I said.
It started on a Wednesday. Thursday. India's other game was on a Sunday. This obsession of having a game on a Sunday.
So you wanted an India game on Sunday. You wanted India's next game also on Sunday, and you wanted the final also on Sunday.
Broadcasters' greed will not help your sport grow, and it's not a level playing field. Let us be very clear about it. You can all be these uber patriots and ultra nationalists and say, "Oh, the cup is coming home, revenge taken." But it's a hollow feeling. It truly is a hollow feeling. I mean, it was cringe. People are saying, "Oh, revenge taken." They are having AI morphed images of Travis Head crying. AI morphed. That is the level with which this is happening. Yeah. And one more, it was created by one of our producers who's dancing behind the camera at this stage. His name is Pawan Kumar Singh.
But we didn't talk about it after the Australia match. His revenge taken.
No way.
Where are we on
This was
that?
a title day before yesterday.
Revenge taken.
No
it is
way.
revenge time for India.
Those people who are calling it revenge don't know cricket. They don't know context of cricket. They are just.
The day you said this, next day this was our title, Vishy sir. And then people were asking, Vishy was saying this, the day you said we had this dugout, the next day this was our title.
Like
Revenge taken. Will it be revenge time for the Indian team after this semi-final?
Yeah, but then
But
I would have argued against that.
What's the feeling like? Whatever was said, we can just touch upon it again.
It's not a revenge because
Because there are people who feel that the revenge taken.
no. Those people don't know as much as what we all guys do. I mean,
Arey,
looking
forget
at the
it.
broader context.
Tell us about what you feel, na. Tell us
No,
about
it
what you
isn't
feel.
revenge. It isn't revenge. For one
Not
simple
even if you
reason.
win the Champions Trophy.
But again, a World Cup is different. A Champions Trophy is different. I was pointing it out in one of the lives. Why does the ODI format need to have two ICC events? It made no sense whatsoever. You got a T20 World Cup, fine. World Cup for that format, great. WTC, you got that format, great. But two ICC events for an ODI format, which is
Gulati,
dying.
for you?
Should not be there. Only one ODI World Cup.
No,
That's
but
it.
Was it revenge? Revenge.
Nah, not at all. No chance.
No. How was it revenge?
The revenge will only be if
wasn't
India
the
and Australia
final.
meet in 2027 ODI World Cup final, and if India beat
Joburg.
Australia, then
And you avenged 2003
that's
also.
it.
3 also.
Yeah, that's it.
Exactly. Prior to that, you lost every other thing.
Acha, there were people, by the way, who felt that, Badla for 2003 was also taken yesterday.
Oh God.
I understand where this is coming from. Yeah.
Yeah.
There were people who felt, But again,
Quite renowned people, renowned.
But what I also feel is this. It's a good victory,
Okay.
but this cannot be touted as revenge.
What
You
happened
cannot
was,
label this as
in
revenge.
2024, that gaping wound had a bandage. Now this has just given you a plaster. But it will fully heal in 2027 when you have beaten them in the final of an ICC event. You have beaten them multiple times in the semi-final. That's why the best time to beat Australia is in a semi-final or a quarter-final. In the final, they are an alpha male team. Only twice in the history of the sport, in ODIs, they have lost. Once in a T20 World Cup final, 2010, England. And 2, Sri Lanka and West Indies. That's it. 50 plus years, only 3 losses in a final. Beat that. And India, other teams, South Africa, they've got their own horror story. England have their own horror story. New Zealand have their own horror story. India also have their own horror story. So that is why this, please, I know you want to generate a lot of hyper nationalism and all.
There are people who are saying, Siddharth, that I can't wait till 2029. Or I can't wait till 2027 for the World Cup to happen.
Of course, because I know for why they are saying we cannot wait for 2027. Because the 2 stalwarts are going to play until 2027, irrespective of what happens. ODI format. Only the ODI.
That's happening.
Yes. I don't see Rohit and Virat going from the ODI format until 2027.
I see one of them, going from the ODI format, assuming India win the Champions Trophy, and it's definitely not Virat Kohli.
No one is going.
No one's going. I don't think so.
Yeah, I have my doubts as well.
Because you look at Rohit's tenure as a captain, you look at Virat's contributions in all the ICC events for the past 2 years, there is no standing upon which they should go. Rohit in his entire tenure as captain, when you look at it, he's just lost 2 games. Just 2 games. ICC events I'm looking at. T20 World Cup semi-final.
On 19th November.
19th November. That's it. He's not lost the T20 World Cup. He didn't lose a single game there. He's not lost a single game.
He lost
there.
one WTC final as well. Na? So
And white ball.
Just white ball.
Only white ball. I'm not focusing on red ball. Red ball is totally different at this time.
White ball and red ball losses, let's not get there.
Red ball, you have been a disaster. Rohit has been a disaster.
You'll fall short of fingers to count on.
Yeah, I mean, you've been a disaster in red ball.
Yeah.
Right? Under Rohit, you have gone back 10 paces, got Virat built in red ball cricket. Virat was a beast in red ball captaincy. Rohit is nowhere near. Yeah. So that is why. But yeah, this isn't a revenge and
A good victory though. We enjoyed that. It doesn't take away the sheen of the victory. This is where people sort of get it wrong.
For the
It's not
first
like
time.
we weren't happy with the win. Yes, of course, beating any Australian side.
Yeah.
Although this was a beleaguered Australian side.
Yeah,
I'll maintain
absolutely.
that.
but
And
we were
even
not
then,
worried.
this was so, this was run a ball situation.
Yeah.
Till the last 7 overs, 8 overs, it was a run a ball. It only got to a run a ball situation in the 42nd, 43rd over.
Yes.
You were behind the curve or just marginally behind the curve or
For a
behind
few
the
minutes, yeah, that's
Yes. It was 42 or 42 after KL Rahul hit that 6
Yeah.
and then Virat Kohli got out, I think. So it was around that time that things got
40
completely
or 45.
completely under control of sorts, or you were ahead of the asking rate. But otherwise, you were competed with yesterday as well. Now imagine if this was a full-fledged Australian side. You
Exactly.
can take your guess what the
For
outcome could have been.
First time, we were not worried about the match because we knew that Australia's inexperience will
Had
come
to cost,
through,
yeah.
and that is why India's depth and experience compared to this Australia's experience, it was actually going to be India 80-20% of the way. I think we were very cautious because we were scarred by Australia so many times. I gave 60-40, knowing fully well that India would be in control. But because we have been scarred by Australia so long, that is why. But yeah, 2027 World Cup final, only then it's going to happen. Only then. Otherwise, this isn't.
Let's take a few comments before we wrap this chat
Yeah.
up. Manu says Temba is now back. Yes, he's now raised to 32 of 36 after a very slow start. He had 2 of 10
Yeah, 2 of
at
10,
one
yes.
point.
Yeah, but then unique, there's a very unique name. I want to see Pat Cummins crying and revengefully completed. Unique, I think you have to understand one major thing, okay? The Australians don't behave as if the world has ended for them if they lose a cricket final. Australia are a much better sporting nation than India can ever aspire to. Let me tell you. There are 5 major teams that the Aussies can be really proud of. The 5th is the most bottomest of the pit that I can look at it, but they have been 2 World Cup winners, I'll tell you. The Wallabies, the Australian rugby team. You've got the Kookaburras, the hockey team, who are the most successful hockey team in the history of the sport. The third team, when you have to look at it, is one of their NFL sides, and for them, NFL is the best. The second is the Australian men's team, the ultimate, greatest.
They can be proud of their football team as well, yaar.
Yeah, they're the only side from Oceania or
Yes,
Asia who
they-
come frequently to the FIFA World
Exactly. They can be very
Cup.
proud of the football
And in
team.
2022, they really ran Argentina close.
Close.
By the way.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. The Australia women's cricket team. They are greater than the men's team. They are the greatest sporting
But to
entity
say
is
this
there.
that the India they have a better sporting culture than
Yes.
India because they are not that passionate about just one sport, I think that is also wrong.
No.
Yeah.
Now say that again.
Just to say this, that India can't even aspire to be like Australia as far as sporting culture is concerned. Then just because they aren't that passionate, if Australia wins the World Cup, will you see what we saw after 29 June? Never. They can't aspire to be like this also then.
They don't want to be.
They don't want to
No,
be.
but that doesn't.
They rather be
so
in
that is
five
very
sports.
subjective, na? That is very subjective. Then for us, maybe that is the emotion and that's the passion that we have for the game. They don't have that.
Australia
But that is
is-
how the Indian culture is. Calling this that they are a better sporting and India
They
can't.
are.
No, but India
think
can't
they are,
aspire.
yeah.
Boss, on
Just to
simple
say this that
Olympics-
Indians can't aspire to be a sporting culture like this,
Okay.
that is
okay.
not right.
What is the one trend that we look at before every Olympic build-up? What is the trend? Athletes are not getting the fund. Oh, we are stuck in bureaucracy. Combined, India's medal tally is 1/10 of Australia.
I get that as a sporting
How many
country,
times-
yeah.
how
As
many
a
times
sporting
has
country,
India
I
gone to the
agree.
FIFA World Cup?
I agree as a sporting as how your sports work, that is different. But sporting culture in that sense, I think that is very
No,
different.
I have pointed out 5 sports.
Yeah,
Five
so
sports where
I
Australia
also agree
was-
India can't aspire to be like Australia in
Case
sports.
closed.
In sports in general. But just the culture and the
Sarshad, when you talk
and the
about
way you
culture,
look at cricket, then
there's so
that
many
is-
things that come in culture. The existing infrastructure or the kind of infrastructure you want to give to future athletes, that is part of the culture. How you nurture them is part of the culture. How there is enough attention given to all sport is part of the culture. So all of those things, barring cricket, I see them missing.
How many?
There
again,
could be a few sports here and there where there is ample infrastructure, but there is. I was listening into the thoughts of Pulela Gopichand on a podcast, which many people are now talking about, and he talks about the lack of infrastructure and culture in our country when it comes to sport. He said, if you aren't wealthy, don't put your children in sport. Because this nation doesn't know how to take care of athletes who can't make it big.
Exactly.
He said there are so many national winners. Now your nationals also comes with a certain pedigree and credentials, right? It's the nationals you're talking about. Only then do you qualify for Asia level competitions or CWG. You need to do well at the nationals. He said, I know national level players who've retired at the national level but did not get enough
Exactly.
to have a decent livelihood after that, or couldn't get enough coaching gigs after that. Now what do you do?
I will give you one example, okay? For this generation, India's first individual medal winner in independent India was KD Jadhav. Read about what happened with KD Jadhav after Helsinki 1950.
Yeah.
He lived a life of poverty. He lived a life of penury. He didn't get a job that he wanted. And after 50 belated years, what do? We have built a stadium in his honor. KD Jadhav Stadium. 50 years. Has Dhyan Chand gotten his due? Dhyan Chand is one of the greatest ever sporting personalities who ever come from this country. Have you given him his due? No. Only now you have given it Dhyan Chand Khel Ratna.
Khel Ratna, you've changed now.
You've changed because in India you cannot aspire to have a sporting culture. The Australians know our hockey federation is independent from government interference. We have the funds, we have the sponsors. Your rugby is in that state. Cricket is also in that state. There are stakeholders who will ensure that games are packed, and there is a legacy to everything that they do. Melbourne will always be associated with Boxing Day. Sydney will always be associated with the New Year and Jean McGrath Day. Brisbane will be always, now it will change, but it was always your season opener.
Yeah.
Adelaide is your ping ball test match. Soon it could be the Phil Hughes.
And
test
Brisbane
match.
will only change because of the Olympics 2031. Yeah.
We are hosting an Olympics now. in 2036.
We are trying to.
But we will be. We have got a strong case. That's what Seb Coe has said. But Australia already has hosted games. Melbourne, Sydney, and both profitable, by the way. That's the difference. So that is why. Sachin Kashyap is agreeing with all of us. No way. Australia, Pat Cummins, with star Josh Hazelwood was not there. Exactly.
Yeah.
Plus add a Mitchell Marsh, plus add a Marcus Stoinis.
Stoinis is retired now. Yeah.
But he was there even in 2023 also.
He was.
Mitch Marsh also was a gun player here.
Warner was also there.
Warner was there. T20 World Cup is once every 2 years. WTC also, yes. Manu John Temba is back, yes. Vas believes Rohit is retiring.
Even I feel that.
I don't think so.
Neither do I.
Never, okay. What could happen? I mean, I agree where he's coming from. If you win the Champions Trophy, like how you did in T20 World Cup, retire on a high.
I think this is exactly where it's coming from. Now that you see the win, was the conversation this prominent before the start of the Champions Trophy? You thought about, if things were to go disastrously wrong for the two of them as a batting unit as well, maybe then a message had to be then sent across or a call could be taken. But everything has now been allayed in a space of 4 matches, and this is what we were consistently saying as well, that in ODI cricket both of them have things figured out pretty well.
But if you
Now I think the romantic inside us and what we saw on the 29th, now people are thinking, okay, just because it happened then, can it happen again now?
No, but just the fact that if you win, then I think all the more reason for Rohit not to go. Just 2 more years, the team is very settled as far as ODI cricket is concerned, and you don't see anybody running out of time or anybody who's not in form in ODI cricket. So I feel all the more reason for Rohit and Virat to stay if they end up winning the tournament. If they lose, then there might be some few questions on Rohit Sharma specifically because he hasn't even been in the runs. But if he wins suddenly, he's the only captain to win more than he is in the likes of Mahendra Singh Dhoni as soon as he wins the Champions Trophy. So you would not want to let such a captain go so soon. And when you see that the next ODI World Cup is very close, Rohit Sharma might be playing just one format after this Champions Trophy.
Yes.
So I think it's not going to be
but
tough
my
for
only
him.
thing is, and because we were talking about Virat Kohli's innings against South Africa the other day, when we were
T20, that's
deliberating on
semi-final.
that story, and he scored those winning runs as well. I think that was no, it wasn't Birmingham. Was it Birmingham?
Which one? The final, 2013 CT.
No, semi-final it was.
New Zealand.
South Africa.
Mirpur.
South Africa. Mirpur. So yes, we were talking about, and I remember one of the iconic things from that innings is when Dhoni lets Virat finish things off, and he does.
Yeah.
He taps. He dabs the ball, and this is something that keeps getting circulated. Now, what you knew back then was that you knew who the heir to Mahendra Singh Dhoni would be.
Yeah.
That is something you had seen on the cricketing field, not one, not twice, but multiple times. It was a no-brainer. You didn't even need the selectors to make an official announcement. You knew who the natural heir to Dhoni would be. But do you know right now who your successor is? Has there been that conditioning in ODI cricket right now for India that
What,
you can...
Shubman Gill?
That's what I'm asking. Have you seen enough conditioning of a Shubman Gill? He's just been made the vice captain, and is one tournament enough then?
I mean, see, he is captain of an IPL franchise where he's getting all his methods, if you might look at it, his teaching, everything is getting there.
But Siddharth, when we go back in time to the time when Dhoni and Kohli were playing together, so the 14-15 era, that time you knew come 2019 who the captain will be, because you had seen so much on field between the two of them. You had seen Virat score the runs, you had seen the camaraderie that he enjoyed with Dhoni, so it became an obvious thing that Virat Kohli will be the next captain of the Indian team. Who is it about this Indian team that can be said right now without taking much time or in the blink of an eye? Is there one name?
No, not right now, but definitely you know what your future
So
plan
how
is.
will we have that answer come Sunday? So are we as a nation also prepared right now to let go of Rohit Sharma?
Let's see. I'll take this comment.
Yeah,
Kiran
Kiran,
Khatre is
yeah.
asking that, hi all, Gulati escaped or was he made to accept that he told KL has been India's best ODI batter for the last since
We have to
2023?
accept now.
Would you let me finish?
No, but first I'm telling you what exactly
Okay.
happened after that. Then you
Okay.
can complete what you have to say. But You said that if I make you hear that, you'll accept it.
Okay.
So I did make you hear that. So it's time you accept. What context? How much that wasn't the deal that happened?
Okay,
over
okay. So I accept that I said it, but if you watch that video very closely, in that particular video, I said it multiple times that KL Rahul has been one of India's best ODI batters since 2023. And the point that Shashwat is basically referring to, that was just a slip of tongue that happened when I said that he's the best ODI batter. That wasn't mentioned anything categorically. You see that dugout, you see the previous videos. If in case you find anything in any of the videos wherein I've said that KL Rahul has been the best India ODI batter since 2023, you can always write it to
just
me.
a second.
Before that, you said what? You told them to listen to the video carefully. You told these guys.
No.
Not
You
happening.
didn't tell anybody. I told him that I'll make you listen to it. But I'll tell you again, just now now that you've completed, I made you listen to that video again. I was sitting over here, you were sitting over here. Two people over here were having a cross conversation and two were having over here. You said it, that was the triggering point for me. I clearly asked you again, Gulati sir, now you're doing it too much. Calling him the best ODI batter is a little too much. When the conversation started to get escalated and everybody was fully involved in this, and then when we realized that maybe not the best, one of the best, that was the time when you changed the yardstick and you started saying that he's one of the best. If you want, we can refer to that again and come again tomorrow if that's how
It's
you
completely
want
up.
to go about it.
It's completely up to you. I never changed the yardstick. I think there is definitely some
If more than
problem.
once you have said that he's the best batter.
You can show it to me.
If more than once,
You can show it to
want
me.
do it that also today then.
It's completely on you.
Okay, done.
Okay, so you said I urged the guys to listen to the video carefully. You told these guys, right? You lost the battle. They never listen.
No, that's fine. It's
That's
okay.
the problem.
It's okay.
Everybody here will just jump on a certain thing and then say, "Oh,
It's okay.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it. I'm just clarifying that stuff.
You
You know,
haven't won
I don't have to
Ducati.
win a battle here. It's as simple as that. I can lose also. It's absolutely fine. I'll be okay with it.
You haven't
I'll be
won.
okay with losing.
Yeah, you haven't
Yeah.
won. Priyanshu, last comment, guys. What do you think if Santer wins the toss in Dubai? What would he do?
No, but now I just want to go back to it now because you took your pot shot at him. Not that I'm going to take one at you. No, that's not the thing. But how impressed were you with KL Rahul? I wasn't part of the dugout yesterday.
I was very
Because
impressed.
you've been the most outright critic of KL
No,
Rahul,
I've never
his
been
batting
yeah.
position, and you called him the weakest link on the show.
Yeah,
since we're talking
yeah.
about
I
proofs.
did that even yesterday, and again, I'm not calling. I'll again.
Is he still the weakest link for you?
I'll
in
just
the Indian
clarify
team?
it again. I clarified it yesterday as well, but because you're here, that's why this thing also came up because you also know this even on the dugout when everyone listens, they'll get to know that as well. That I had never said that there are any questions on his place in the team. Neither there was ever a debate that Rishabh Pant should start ahead of a KL Rahul. But still, what I feel is that why I don't consider him as one of the best batters because whenever he's not a weak link in the batting lineup. It's just that everybody is way ahead and everybody has been much more consistent and has a much more impact over
That's
there.
wrong to say. Statistically.
Statistically, it's wrong. But if you had so much confidence on him, you would not have given Akshar Patel that if he was the best batter. Yesterday, Nikhil sir
So
asked this
it could
question.
be two things. One, it could be what you're suggesting,
Yeah.
that you don't have enough faith in him, which is why you pulled him, in the batting. You pushed him down in the batting order. That could be one. It could be a misadventure from the Indian team as well, right?
What misadventure?
This whole change in combination.
No, but they are very no. They have said it again and again that even during the England series they had told Akshar Patel.
So just that, exactly. So that's how misadventures are, right? Because for a batter who finishes a 11-game tournament for you with an average, like I've told you numbers
Yeah.
again and again, the second best average for an Indian batter. Is there anything more that you need from somebody playing at that position that you then make him bat at a lower position? I call that a misadventure.
Yeah, so I'll tell you that's why I'm getting to the whole point that why he's still not one of the best ODI batters for India since a few years because you have that leverage with him where you can shuffle him because his place is in that sense not a guarantee. Whenever we talk about even now if you lose this Champions Trophy final, the first person who we'll be talking about will be KL Rahul. Even though KL Rahul scored 40 odd runs, there were few experts and there was this chatter that maybe you can get in a Rishabh Pant for KL Rahul. So whenever it's about swapping or getting somebody else, it is KL Rahul always. Now if that reason is right or wrong, all of that is a different debate.
Okay, the
altogether.
only point here
but I'm
is that
completing
why-
now, but I'm completing
why
now.
all the
But I am
experts-
completing now, Gulati sir. No, let me complete. All I'm trying to say is that if the first person who is about to get dropped is going to be is going to be KL Rahul, then what's the problem? Then how is he the one of the best batters? Is all what the point? It's not that he should get dropped from the team or he's a weak batter or he doesn't have that class. What I'm trying to tell you is that he's definitely the first one to get dropped. So that's why with just
But
that
you
as
are
a simple
attributing
logic.
weak link and all.
Because
you are calling
in
him
that
the
debate
weak.
I'm saying, what else you do?
Because of a bad decision being made by an authority should not be a reflection of the player, is what I'm saying.
I'm saying
his career average, since you said that there are other batters who are leaps and bounds ahead of him, they are not. They're just about there. Shreyas Iyer he's got the same numbers as far as average is concerned as KL Rahul right now.
Yeah.
Both around 48 mark.
Harshit, one
Now
of the
what-
major reasons why the experts wanted KL Rahul to be replaced by Rishabh Pant was because of his poor wicket keeping that has been there in the Champions Trophy.
He was
But if he
diving
was
around
one
for
of
you
the
in the
best
World Cup as well.
No,
though.
but he was the one of the best batters, then you should have played him as a pure batter. If he's one of the best batters, then why wicket keeping is
I'm
the
saying
concern?
what is there to suggest that he's not one of the best batters over there?
What is there to suggest that he's the best is what numbers. I'm saying
Prior to the
players-
conversation, he said statistically what he was saying is wrong.
But
There was no standing.
why are you? I don't understand the doubt around KL Rahul.
There is no doubt
Why are you doubting
apart
his
from-
numbers
I'm
also
not
then?
doubting his numbers. I'm not once doubting his position in the 11. All I'm trying to say is that he's not the best ODI batter. One of the best. All of them are.
So I'm
if
just
all-
saying.
See, for
you
me,
want-
one
for
of
you,
the best. Yeah.
For you, because KL Rahul is not one of the best in ODI format, there should be a batter who ends up finishing a long tournament like the World Cup with an average of excess of
World Cup
73,
has been going to
and
it.
after these many matches, because people point these numbers out for KL Rahul and test. So let's extend the same thing over here as well. So whatever matches that he's played in ODIs, you want somebody to be averaging more than 48, 50, then it has to be 50, 55, right? You want somebody of that class. 48 is not good enough.
That's firstly that was that one tournament that we are talking about, and he was
But
absolutely
career
great.
average I'm talking about, can we open? See, how much is Shreyas Iyer?
Would be around that.
I know what
It's
I'm
around
saying.
47
So,
around.
I just want to know, as cricket fans or the cricket
But
fan,
Harshit sir,
what do you
again-
want from a batter at
At
number
first,
5, number 6?
I think we've
If
been
not
going around
48.
this debate for 3 days now. But my only point is, can you drop? Who will you drop? Who will the team management drop? Who
You
will
heard
Pretty
that?
much the same.
I'm to
So
say.
there is no one who's very, very ahead of him.
No, I'm not saying there's
You said
nobody.
it.
No, I'm not saying there's nobody. Anybody is ahead of him. All I'm trying to tell you is that if you have to drop by simple question, and I think that is where this case should end. Where if you have to drop somebody from this batting lineup, who will it be?
Do you think there is
Nobody is droppable. Nobody is in this lineup
in
right
this
now.
chat that
But
we're having
one.
right now? In this chat, it's been a healthy conversation. If one of us just ends up saying, okay, who's the one person who's droppable in this chat right now?
Yeah.
Will it be a valid ask? It's perfect, right? The way it's going. So if the batting's perfectly going fine, what is the need to drop anyone?
But then you also can't pick that one of the best batters. Then everybody is at the same place. It's not like then nobody is
there are
even.
numbers also to suggest
No, but
that
then
he's
he's
there.
not even better than anyone. If he's not worse than anyone, then how is he better than anyone?
Array,
Who
your
is he
whole
better than?
team is very, very good.
Haan, then yeah.
This is a team. How many batters
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
opposition camp will you
Yeah.
say? Will you can you
That's
name
so
that
that's
has
why,
average of
that's why I'm
48,
saying that he's
49?
not one of the better batters. Nah, he is a great
He
batter
is
like everybody else.
Array, so India are called a juggernaut for a reason, right? Because you have so many batters who can give you 48, 49 average while playing at number 5, number 6. You look at the other oppositions. Do you have batters like that? When you say that he's one of the better batters, he's one of the better batters, not just in your country, he's one of the better batters around as well. That's what makes him such a quality player. Because people
I
end up
would say
confusing
He's one of the
formats.
best batters in the world now. in ODI cricket.
You know how to use stats.
No.
Guru.
Okay, I'm not questioning that. I'm agreeing.
If that
with you.
was not the case, if he wasn't giving you now, look at, did you see his expression yesterday, Shashwat? What did he say? Slow motion gave it all away. Who now?
Read
Who?
the comments also what he said.
Yes. So exactly. My only thing is that when you gave him the tough job, you gave him the tough job in the third. No, you tell any batter, okay, go play the anchor role. You can change gears and all. What is the tougher thing in cricket? You give somebody the cushion to operate the way or be the anchor or be the aggressor. Being the aggressor, my limited cricketing knowledge tells me, being the aggressor is slightly more difficult. Now, he was told to be the aggressor in the third match. He was told to be the aggressor yesterday as well. Yeah. Now, what did he say after Virat got out? मैं मार तो रहा था.
मैं मार
मैं मार.
This statement, he had told yaar, the risk has to be taken.
And I will take
the
it.
risk.
Exactly.
I will take the
So
risk. are
what do you
saying-
hold against that man, yaar?
No, I'm not holding anything against it. Again, this whole thing. Now he scored runs yesterday. You are coming on me that I am trying to drop him from the team or I don't like him. That's not the case. There are no questions on KL Rahul's position. All I'm trying to say is when you are saying that everything is going perfect in the batting lineup, then we should not be calling him better than any batter in the batting lineup because everybody is absolutely performing great and everything is moving like a well-oiled machine. So everything has its own job.
So no praise for KL.
No, why no
and
praise for KL?
So no praise for anyone then.
No.
Because KL is just as good as the others, right? Numerically.
Yeah.
So no praise for anyone.
No praise
in a
for
nutshell-
everyone.
In a
Praise
nutshell,
for
what
the whole batting
what he is
lineup.
trying to say is that if basically comes a situation wherein you have to drop someone for this ODI team because the team is not performing collectively, the first team to be dropped, which is going to be there on the team sheet, is going to be KL Rahul. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying, na?
And you may not. And you may not have reasons
And
to
I
do so.
don't
My
completely disagree with
No,
him.
I also know that. I'm just
Yeah.
saying you will not have a good enough reason for that. Simple as that.
That is because there is so less to choose between all the batters. All of them are quality batters. That's the reason.
Because
But
you will
that is
not, there will not be any other batter you will be able
On
to
co-
name who would have played out of position.
Yeah, and
Simple as that.
on current batting form, it's difficult to drop KL Rahul. In fact, he should not be dropped. The only reason why there were talks about to have Rishabh Pant replace KL Rahul in the middle of the Champions Trophy is because his keeping has been very shaky this time around. The catching hasn't been that good at all.
If his numbers are so good and he's such a great batsman, then he should be playing as a pure batter, na? If there were questions on him. If that is how things are working,
in this batting,
and he's the best
in this
batter, he should play.
Okay, as a pure batter, okay. In this current scenario, when you look at it, which batter apart from KL Rahul has had his position shuffled so many times?
No one.
No one.
Second, is there any confidence on Rishabh Pant in white ball cricket?
No, not at all.
Not
Number
even in the
three.
game shortest format.
Okay.
For international cricket. I'm saying.
International.
And the only
IPL
reason
he's got decent
And the
numbers.
only reason why Rishabh Pant played at number 3 in the T20 World Cup because the team management knew it very clearly that Rishabh Pant's impact in the middle order in T20s is not going to benefit India at all.
Okay.
No, that was
Sanju
not the
Sam-
reason. The reason was that he was striking the ball very well in the IPL, playing at number
Yeah,
3.
obviously that was one of the major reasons.
No, you are saying he was played because he can't do anything in the middle order. You said that he doesn't have an impact in the middle order. That's why he was playing at the top.
I did not say he cannot do anything. Don't put words into my mouth. The only thing that I said that his impact as a top order batter in white ball cricket can be much more effective than one that he can probably do in the middle order. That's the only thing I said.
Why not Sanju Samson? What has gone wrong with Sanju Samson? No one has got an answer to it. Okay.
Yeah.
Three,
No, Kerala Cricket Association.
whatever, that is their internal tussle that is there between Sanju and Kerala at that point in time. But then, three factors. Whoever has been shuffled, it's only been for 1-2 games. KL Rahul has been shuffled the most, like a deck of cards. But that has had an adverse impact in his test career. His test career has been ruined. There's no two ways about it. When you look at the pure numbers, KL's test numbers and test statistics will always be one word: underwhelming.
Yes.
Very underwhelming. Although he's gotten tougher hundreds in Sena countries, but that doesn't matter. Overall macro picture, KL has underwhelmed in test cricket totally.
Absolutely.
T20s was a total failure when you look at
And
it.
irrespective of the positions that he has been shuffled upon.
Irrespective
Yeah.
of the
No, but can you change the position of a Shreyas Iyer or a Rohit Sharma or a Virat Kohli or a Shubman Gill?
You can change.
If things were so equitable, then you should.
You should.
Yeah.
Why? If things are so equitable
No,
in
no, no,
cricket,
no,
You
know
can't
what's
do
the
that. You
Why?
can't do that.
Why?
Oh, why?
Because KL, then how are you doing it with KL Rahul?
No, why
Why are you doing?
only?
Question is why?
I am also saying that is wrong, but that is also to an
See,
extent the
there's a
reason is
typical
his
thing-
fault also.
There's a typical thing
yes.
that on one particular position, several batters have said that this is my thing, I will only bat there. You shuffled a Virat. What happened in the test match in Bengaluru? Only a 70 and a duck. Well done. What happened when KL Rahul got shuffled? He's been hitting 20, 30s, and he's hit 50s.
How many murmurs have we heard from the BGT? We've talked about loss and all. When Rohit Sharma had to play in the fourth match, what did you do to KL Rahul's position?
Shuffle
Number
him
3,
back.
you dropped Shubman Gill, na?
Exactly.
Yeah.
What did you do then? You made way, right?
This is the thing, okay? Certain people want to bat in a certain position, but because you say na KL
Because they have
can't
earned
bat.
it. No, they have also earned it. You
So
can't
has
say that
KL, But then you are saying you are.
Then
having
why isn't he
convenient-
using it? Then why? You were saying he's such a
convenient
good guy.
caveat. Convenient
No, no, no,
caveat.
then he- then-
because you will say
People again
Again,
mixed
it's-
formats.
mixed formats,
and people.
exactly. But
That
see,
should be with every batter, na? Then
convenient.
That's-
Convenience you don't want.
what is KL Rahul doing that it's convenient with him?
Because you are always.
You will
going
always
to
have
point out
soft
IPL.
targets in a team, yeah.
Yeah.
Always. What wrong did UZCHL do? He was a soft target.
Yeah.
You sat him down in the entire T20
What
World
wrong
Cup.
did Nishan Kishan do? But no, he
Did not play domestic
always
cricket.
short.
domestic cricket. That's
Yeah,
it.
and this is no. Are we expecting there to be fair treatment in Indian cricket? That's never happened.
That will never happen.
Yeah.
And see, we can. It's been going on for 3 days.
Yeah.
Exclamation point at this stage is there will be people who will always doubt KL Rahul.
Yeah.
There will be people who will always appreciate KL Rahul. Okay. There will be always a mixed thing. That's the environment that Indian cricket is in. Win, lose. Arey, this guy cost us this guy cost us. This will always happen.
And I
But he is
think,
definitely underachieved in his career.
and I think Siddharth,
Not an
this
ODS.
is one thing that I'm sure that we all have seen in our limited careers as sports journalists or media persons, that these are the things that usually happen with any of the players. I think it used to happen in the Sachin Ganguly, Lakshman Dravid era also.
Yeah, I don't want to look back at that because it was so much.
It was
quality.
even bad at that time. Yeah.
So, lot of super chats have come suddenly. Shashwat, the weekend had scored 100 runs in 4 innings in CT. Would you have taken pot shots at him in every show like you take on KL? Example, Aksar is better than KL.
No, I'm not taking any pot shots at KL. Never in my conversation. This you can also show me if ever I've said even once that KL does not merit a place in this ODI team. This topic is coming every day in the comments, and when that conversation starts, that's
Because
why.
I'll
that's
tell you, Shashwat, what
yeah.
happens. Because when you say that, and 5 minutes later you say that he's the most droppable, then you are negating everything you said 5 minutes back.
No. I'm again that debate only comes because I think I'm done with this decision now, Harshit.
Point summed up. Hence proved.
Yeah.
LHS equals RHS. Shubham Garg. Shashwat Aksar is batting ahead of KL to provide depth. So you have a batter with strong defense in lower order. Gambhir also explained this yesterday.
Yeah.
In fact, he did the PC, so you can check that out as well. Fact is, first to be dropped was Shreyas, not Rahul.
No, it has happened just now. Yeah.
Which
As far
was
as
case
Shreyas
in
is
first
concerned.
ODI was English, so Shashwat Ishwar started ahead of a year. Your answer.
Just I'll also tell you a fun fact that just after that series, Gautam Gambhir had very clearly mentioned that Shreyas Iyer was always going to be in India's playing 11's plans. It was just that they were trying out what Yashasvi Jaswal can offer, and that's why Shreyas Iyer was being rested. It was never the case that he was going to be dropped. So just a counter fun fact for you too.
So Shubham Garg is saying, Shashwat, since you like pointing out KL stats, Pant has played 107 games as white ball player. Can you please give us 5 winning contributions?
Shubham Garg, did I say even once that Rishabh Pant should play in place of KL Rahul? If I did, I'll answer this question. Otherwise, it doesn't make any sense.
Okay, so with that, we shall call it quits with the New Zealand versus South Africa encounters. 20 overs up, if I'm not
Temba has picked up pace.
Temba has picked up pace. It's not going to be a very decisive contest. It'll be a very close one feels.
Looks like.
Because you've got a Heinrich Klaasen, you've got a David Miller to follow after this. Plus there is a Markram waiting. So let's see how it goes. So from me, Harshit, Shashwat and Sid Gulati here, it is bye-bye, Nandri, sandpaper. We've already had a
Yeah,
we get the point.
I think it's done now.
It's done. Okay, I'm done. Okay, so for all of us here, it's bye-bye, Nandri, but we'll be back for South Africa versus New Zealand. Who will India face? That
We'll
is
do Nandri then.
after that. So see you. Bye-bye.